everyone, welcome to NintenDormant, the podcast where we discuss Nintendo games that have been left on the shelf. I'm your host, George Banks, and we're joined this week by our resident guest, John Cartwright. John, hello.
Hello.
First time being called resident guest, how does it feel?
I feel like I could probably never die, that's how I feel.
Good. Are you going to put that to the test, or...?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'll give it a go. Yeah.
Just
10,000 subscriber special. Test that out.
At 10,000 subs, I'll try and see if I can't die.
I was going to make some sort of joke about this, but I feel like this is a really dark place that we don't want to get
This
that.
is a bad intro.
Let's not do this. Oh, thanks, John. Good. That's made me feel good. Joining John Cartwright, our other resident guest, Josh Goldie. Josh, hello.
Hello. I don't feel like I'm immortal, funnily enough.
Okay.
No.
Are you recovered, though, because you were poorly? Are you feeling at least better and more yourself?
I'm feeling more myself. I do have a bruise, though, on my arm from last time.
From the stairs.
But
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's healing up, but it is there, my war wound.
Oh, God. Okay, so don't fling yourself down the stairs is the basic sort of message from the start of today's episode.
It's testing my immortality. That's how I know.
I think, now, if I've done my maths correctly, and there's a good chance that I haven't, this episode is being recorded just before the Switch 2 comes out, but will be released just after the Switch 2 has come out, and we've all played it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to pretend that we've had the Switch 2 on our hands for a week and just talk about our first week with the console. Guys, how have you felt about your first week with Switch 2? Josh, what's been the highlight for you this week?
I haven't had a whole lot of time to play it, because it's worst time I had to go away the second it came out. But, I have enjoyed playing a lot of Mario Kart.
Okay,
Mario Kart World, very good. Penguin, really good character. Dolphin, very good character.
Good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think
it's been pretty solid.
You'd think if you were going to be busy, that you could have maybe future-proofed it, but there was no way of you knowing that you were going to be busy. So this all makes sense.
There's absolutely no way.
Unavoidable.
But you see, Mario Kart World, it's fun, but the real highlight for me is Welcome Tour. Like the amount of stuff
that mini game where
game.
like the mouse and you got like move it around.
I can't believe they thought of an idea that was like that. It wasn't even in my range of game ideas, and this is what we do. We come up with them, and they just completely blow it out of the water.
I think the thing that surprises me most is the 1-to-1 attach rate. I just didn't see it coming. That they've issued a 1 week report to say it's our greatest selling game ever.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Isn't it like above the console?
It's above the console.
More Welcome Tours have been sold than Switch 2s.
Yes.
You're right. I said 1-to-1.
It's true.
My mistake. It's actually a 1-to-2, 2-to-1 attachment rate. I don't know.
2-to-1 attachment rate. Yes. Every person who owns a Switch 2 has bought at least 2 copies of Welcome Tour.
Yeah,
well,
different accounts.
Yes, and the government legislation which mandates that you have to buy 2 for each Switch to sort of combat the tariff situation. I mean, logistically, it's all sound and above board. How about you, John? I mean, was it? I've forgotten the name of the game we're talking about because it's so forgettable.
Welcome Tour.
It's Welcome Tour.
Sorry,
forgettable.
What do you mean it's forgettable?
Sorry, I've got my two. I've got my 2 copies as well.
Someone has not done their legally mandated Welcome Tour yet.
There's that mini game where you use the mouse and you've got to try and avoid all those spike balls coming down.
Yep.
If you do that 20 times, a new version unlocks where the spike balls turn into like the spikes from Mega Man. So they'd licensed that from Capcom. And then when you finish that at the very end, Dr. Wily comes down, and you've got to try and beat him using the mouse. It's crazy.
Is your video incoming about this? Presumably, you're sort of...
I've only seen it on Reddit. I can't do it. It's so difficult to do that many things in a row.
I was hoping.
I'll tell you about the hardware, though. One thing I keep doing is it feels really nice. If you put your hand in between the console and the Joy-Con, and then
with the magnets,
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
Your hand.
Yep.
It's like a massage feature built into
it feels
the
really
Switch
good.
It's great.
You feel the magnetism going through the actual palm of your hand.
I'm sorry.
And if you place it just right, it will hang on, and your hand's part of the Switch too. It's so cool.
Fine. Yeah. I thought you had cut a hole through your hand because of the immortality. I thought you'd cut a hole through your hand and were just combining the Switch 2 Joy-Con to it.
Just bypassing magnetism. No,
magnets.
It feels really good though. And if you put them on both sides, you can hang the Joy-Con off your hands.
Wow.
One thing I'm not sure if people have figured out yet is that the Switch 2 cartridges, they taste like Lucasade now.
Yes.
Like, they had to license that one as well.
Yeah?
Yes.
I fully ate
yeah,
one.
exactly.
I just ate one. Do you remember the Lucasade tablets when we were kids? Just ate them. Like
They want to give you
tablets.
energy, yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
See,
like you were
I haven't
not
got a
immortal.
second Switch 2
Don't
game.
eat Switch 2 game cartridges. Like, just abundantly clear. None of this is true.
flashing disclaimer on the bottom of the screen.
Well, it's too late. There's someone with like a bowl full of, like a cereal bowl full of cartridges just going,
Yes.
Copies of Mario Kart World being like, this is my favourite flavour.
it does taste like Lucasade.
I can't even think what nonsense to make up about it. This has already gone beyond what I can imagine. Yes, I mean, fortunate, of course, that we've all got the mandated second copy of Welcome Tour. I nearly forgot the game again. Welcome Tour.
You've got to stop
Welcome
doing
Tour.
this. Yeah.
Well, it's because I've eaten them. So I've forgotten them. But
Damn, you ate a digital game. Impressive.
What do you think of the man on the eShop? Have you guys seen the man on the eShop?
the one that peers in to just check on you every so often through game chat.
I haven't seen the man on the eShop
He's
yet.
very friendly. I had a good time chatting to him.
How does he trigger?
I don't know.
Is it when you look up hentai girls? One of the
No,
hentai girl games you show up?
right. That's it. I've got to get it wrong. Yes, if you hadn't discovered all those features about Switch 2 yet, good luck finding them. We had a riot finding them, and I have enjoyed my 2 copies of Welcome Tour. They're games that I loved playing, but we are going to play another game right now. Yes, it's time for the NintenDormant Quickfire quiz. 2 rounds, fastest finger first, followed by player pass for double points. And as always, John and Josh will choose their buzzers. So, who's going first this week? John, what buzzer are you going to give me?
I would like the Smash 64 announcer going, board the platforms! But like more like how he sounds.
I can't. Oh, God, it's been so long since I've done that. Board the platforms. Does he?
Board the platforms!
Is that the sentence? It must be the sentence.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
sentence,
board the platforms and it's
I missed that
board
mode.
the platforms.
I missed that mode.
Was it? Because I'm thinking of the targets, but was board the platforms different from the target one?
Board
Break
the
the
Yeah,
targets?
so
platforms
Smash
is the one-
64 has
You've just got to jump on a bunch
bonus
of
games.
platforms.
Yeah, and
yes.
it's great because you have to use it. Teaches you how to do the up and Bs for each character and the differences. I remember the Pikachu one. There's one where you have to basically go sort of beyond it and then back up to it.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good. Thank you, John, for the lovely little meander down memory lane.
Board the
platforms.
platforms.
Thank you very much. I will board that platform for the quiz. That would have been a lovely segue. There was no segue segment to go into
no
there.
segue
That's a
to go.
shame. My brain went into segue mode there. But yes, I'm going to board that platform. Thank you. Josh, what's going to be? Are you going to give us a Smash 64 buzzer too, or are you going to give us something
Yeah,
completely different?
I'm going to go in sync. I won't break the targets.
Yes! Break the
same
targets,
one.
board the platform.
Nice.
I really want to play Smash 64 now. I mean, quick sidebar. How do you see Smash 64 now? Like, is it kind of completely archaic? Is it still playable? Josh, how do you feel about it?
I think I flip-flop on it back and forth, because, I have sometimes played it and just felt, this is a bit rough. But then, there's also, a big level of nostalgia I have for it. And there are parts of Smash 64 and its whole style and aesthetic and, its simplicity that I quite like. And I sometimes find myself thinking, what if, Smash 64 just had more stuff in it, more characters and stuff like that? What if Bowser made into Smash 64?
Have you
and all that,
played...
and, how it would play.
What's the mod? There's a great mod for Smash.
I know
Yes,
exactly what you
it's-
mean.
What's it called? What's it called?
I think it's just 64 plus or something.
Something
isn't it?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash
It's like
Remix.
a-
Smash Remix is what it's called.
Smash Remix,
That's
that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I think 64 plus is a different mod.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. I love the expanded roster they have for that, and sort of the attention to detail for the movesets. Things like Conker as well, who's sort of obviously synonymous with the 64 is great. How about you, John? Do you sort of find it rough to go back, or do you still enjoy it? Do you still enjoy a bit of Smash 64?
I still enjoy it. I think every single Smash is distinct. The feel is different. The problem with 64 is Melee came out 2 years after.
Yeah.
It was so soon.
Yeah.
And it's hard to go back to having one special. Not having a side special feels the weirdest thing.
Oh wow, I forgot about that as well. That's mad.
Yeah, so Link just
Yeah.
has the boomerang. There's
Yeah.
no bow. Mario
bow.
just has the fireballs. There's no cape.
God.
It's strange, but I think it can be fun though. But I wouldn't say it's like the best.
No.
The best Smash.
I think the things I remember about it, like, it's fast. It's quite a fast game, actually. It's sort of relatively fast paced, and also I might get caned for this. I quite like the very small roster. I quite like that it's a very contained sort of unit of very different fighters. There's a sort of kind of a purity to it, I think. But it's
it's like you unlock Luigi and you're like, what? Luigi's in this?
I know. That's madness.
I can't believe they made up a character called Ness for the game.
I know.
Well, that was
full on.
They have not done that since.
I mean, I feel sort of weirdly happy and sad talking about Smash because we're probably realistically never going to speak about it on this podcast. So
how long does it need to be before something becomes dormant?
I think we say as a rule sort of 5 or 6-ish years, and I don't know if that's from DLC. Maybe we'll talk.
I guess if you count the DLC, maybe not, but otherwise.
Yeah.
Dormant franchise.
And it's definitely not going to be coming up anytime soon. Yes, pivoting from Smash Brothers, we're going to talk about another absolute Nintendo classic for the quiz, Jump Rope Challenge. So strap in, everybody. This is the hardest quiz I've ever had to put together. If you've got even sort of rudimentary knowledge about the game, you're going to ace it. So fastest fingers first, please. I think this might be a quick one. Here we go. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Ready to go? Yeah. Jump Rope Challenge features an anthropomorphic bunny jumping rope, but what is the colour of his tracksuit? Ooh, it's Jumping Josh Flash in there first.
It's yellow.
It is a yellow tracksuit. John, you didn't even buzz in. Did you just give up?
I panicked. I said, "What is the colour?" And then Josh opened his mouth and I went, "Oh, it's yellow."
Yep. Iconic.
Yep.
Iconic character, iconic yellow tracksuit, both of which not iconic. But yes, he wears a yellow tracksuit in the game. Correct. Question 2, here we go. So, the game features co-op, which sees another bunny spawn in. But what is the default colour of the Player 2 bunny tracksuit?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's Josh
Being
again.
Slammed here.
Is it pink?
Oh, it's not.
It's not pink.
Oh, John, you can take the point. Do you know the answer?
Do I know the answer? No, but let's say blue.
Both of you so close.
Oh.
Go on, take another bite. You're not going to get a point, but take another bite.
I haven't earned it.
Is it purple?
It's purple. Yeah. No point.
I was thinking
there.
between pink or purple.
I mean,
I went with the wrong one.
Wario colours, yellow and purple. Read into that what you will.
True.
But yes.
True.
Yes. Let's not get into shades of purple, Josh. We don't need to do that. Yes. Player 2 spawns a little purple tracksuit. Very nice. Question 3. Here we go. Speaking of the bunny, what is the bunny's name?
Does it have one?
Buzz in. Maybe say that. John, what's your guess?
Is it Jump Rope Bunny?
Do you know what? I'm going to give you the point because it was a trick question. He has no name, so I'm going to
come on.
I'm going to give you a point for Jump Rope Bunny. I looked and looked and looked, and I was going to even do multiple choice of like hop, skip, or has no name, and I thought no, that's just too obvious because obviously the answer is no name. I'm going to give you half a point, John. I feel like half is more fair.
I think 2's fair. But
Okay, all right, we'll split the difference and go one though. Yeah. All right. Yes, no name bunny, our little yellow-purple tracksuit friend. No name, sadly. But question 4, here we go. Jump Rope Challenge features cooperative play, but how does co-op play work? John.
just give them the other Joy-Con.
Yeah, I need a little bit more detail. You give them the Joy-Con, and then what?
Then you jump up and down.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah.
Do you want more? Is there more than that?
Well, I don't know what I was hoping for in an answer. So when you play, obviously you hold a Joy-Con in each hand and you sort of pretend to jump rope, and then in 2 player you give it to the other person. And basically, what I was after is like both of you jump and it counts towards one total. It's not like It's not like double Dutch or something. I suppose you could do double Dutch. No, because it's all counting towards one thing. It's a very confused two-player experience.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
think...
basically both jumping with one skipping rope.
Yeah,
right?
which is
So
kind of
you
nonsense.
kind of just got to do it at the same time. Which
Yeah.
is one really long rope.
I mean, I suppose they didn't want to make... It seems like it could be so simple to make it cooperative competitive. But maybe they were just planning on people having one set of Joy-Cons. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, the game didn't even come out with multiplayer at the start, did it?
No, it was part of an update. Yeah.
So I don't think they even planned to have multiplayer.
Incredible. So, yes, you hand somebody else another Joy-Con, and they add to the total of the skips. Very nice. Last question of Fastest Finger First. Fingers and buzzers, please. So, the game had a free update 2 weeks after release, but what skipping technique did this update introduce? Skipping technique. Now, I didn't go with multiple choice, and I'm not sure I can probably make something up. Any bells ringing anywhere, or do we need
How
a bit
many
of multiple
skipping
choice?
techniques can you name, Josh?
Yeah. Oh, back when I was a skipping master, I used to know them all, but now...
Oh, okay, John's buzzing. John's taking a chance.
Is it the one where you put like the rope, you like cross the ropes like this?
Crisscross. I think that's called.
crisscross.
It's not crisscross. It's not. It's a good guess, but it's not crisscross. It was going to be one of my multiple choice. Josh, I mean, I'm out of multiple choice options now, so you've either got to get it or not.
That's crisscross all the right answer.
That's it, basically. Yes, essentially. He's got nothing. I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
Is it like doubling? I don't know what the term would be.
Yes,
where you do
a
two.
double jump.
Like...
Yes, it's a double
jump. Oh, double jump. Okay, there we go.
He has fully
got it in
that
one.
out of the air. It's a double jump, a technique that I never successfully pulled off in Jump Rope Challenge as well. I literally don't know. It could be a myth for all I know. But yes,
you just got a double jump.
Well, yeah, but you're not actually jumping with a rope. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, the game introduced the fabled double jump, which I am yet to land. That leaves us with 2 points apiece at the end of Fastest Finger First, which is bad because I need to try and make up another question about this game where I could barely make up enough questions. So, okay, Fastest Finger First to decide who goes for the next round. What colour is the bunny?
Bring the target!
Oh, it's Josh! Oh, so quick!
It's brown.
He's a brown bunny. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
All right. Oh God! There's just nothing to talk about with this game. Please keep listening. There's nothing to talk about right now. But
How
hopefully there'll
many
be something
megabytes
later.
is the game?
Yeah.
I would have got that easy.
There's one that's not far off that, John, coming up for Play or Pass. So Josh has squeaked round one, even though it's 2 points apiece. So Josh, you get the first question of Play or Pass. Play it for 2 points, pass it, but if they get it, you get 2 points. Here we go. Question 1. Jump Rope Challenge has a customizable daily limit of jumps you can reach, but what is the maximum you can set this to? Is it 3,000 jumps in a day, 6,000 jumps in a day, or 9,999 jumps in a day?
I'm going to say it's 9,999 jumps in a day.
John gets the point. John, do you know how many jumps?
I didn't think...
Have you ever gone to the max limit?
I've never jumped that much in my life.
Cumulatively, across your sort of 30-odd years, do you think you've done that many jumps?
You know, I probably have jumped that much. Yeah. I like to
hope
jump.
so. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, you're flip-flopping here. You're saying that you've never jumped that much, now you're saying you like to jump.
But even if you like to jump, have you ever jumped 9,999
Who's
times?
doing this? Who are these people?
Who jumps every day?
People that play Jump Rope Challenge. I mean, if you've been alive for 30 years, right? You've been alive for what? Like... oh God, I can't even do the math.
We bring in this math out.
Yeah, if you've done like
you'd have to...
one jump a day for your life, then you're hitting that top target. I think you can get there. I think you've done. I
guess. I mean, I guess you would if you'd been doing it one a day. Wouldn't you have to jump like 333 times per year to reach that? Starting from year 0 when you're a baby.
Yeah, but think about how much you jump as a toddler. John's got toddlers. He can tell you how much they jump. They jump at anything.
Yeah. they jump, and then you've got to jump to catch them when they jump off something they shouldn't be jumping off.
Correct. And if they want, a biscuit, they'll do about 10 jumps while they're asking for it. So I think they're banging out jumps. It's just at a rate unbeknownst to other humans. Yes, the maximum limit is actually 3,000 jumps. So
oh wow,
maybe Nintendo were trying to avoid sort of heart attacks and lawsuits, but yes, max limit is 3,000 jumps in Jump Rope Challenge. That is 1 point to John. Question 2. John, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Jump Rope Challenge features wearable costumes of other Nintendo mascots for your bunny. But how many costumes are there? Are there 10, 11, or 12?
I remember a Link one, and a Samus one, and a Mario one, and a Luigi one, and a Splatoon one, and I don't remember any more than that.
Are you counting as you go, or just listing?
A bit of both. But because I don't remember that many more, there can't be that many more, right? So let's say 10.
It's not right, Josh. Josh, do you know?
It's 12, right?
It is 12. Can you name them?
There is. I think I might be able to. There might be one. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Bowser, Wario, Link.
Yes.
Samus.
Yep.
Isabelle?
Yes.
Inkling?
Yep.
The Badge Arcade Bunny?
Yes.
What? Oh, yes, of course I had the Badge Arcade Bunny.
Yep.
And the last one is the one I'm not sure about.
It's because you've tripped yourself up. You've tripped yourself up somewhere.
Have I?
Because there is Inkling...
Oh, Boy and Girl.
You've got Inkling Blue and Inkling Orange.
It.
I normally have an amiibo behind me for an episode. I should have just had those 12, so I could have sort of gone... I do think I have one of them.
Yeah, the classic Arcade Bunny amiibo.
Oh yeah.
My favourite one. My favourite one as well.
I have a stuffed toy pink bunny somewhere of my daughter's that I could have put up there. Yes, 12 costumes, all very cute little costumes. He's also got sort of a range of outfits. I think there's a sort of wedding dress and a tuxedo and things like that as well. But yes, 12 outfits all unlocked in the update. Very, very lovely. Question 3. It's 3 points apiece. This is an incredibly low scoring quiz, guys, but that's fine. We're gonna hit that big 5 mark. Are we ready? Nintendo released Jump Rope Challenge as a free download during the COVID-19 lockdowns, but how long did they plan to make the game available before pulling it? Was it 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months?
3 months.
Yep, correct. There we go.
Yeah.
How did you just nail that one out of the park? Like that to me is like... more obscure than some of the other stuff.
I know. I think that's like the most infamous thing about this game, because they announced it and were like, "Yeah, you can play it over summer, and then we're taking it away from you."
Cheers.
Yeah. And then like it got to like the day that they were going to take it out, and then they were like, "No, we changed our mind."
Yeah, I mean,
just keep it now.
I think maybe everybody thought it was going to be done by then. That's probably why.
Maybe.
Right? They were like, this will go over in a few months, and then we can take the game away. Yes, 3 months. It was 3 months and 2 weeks. It was released June 16th, and they were going to pull it September 30th. Super mean, but there we go. So, John, you need this one to draw level, and then make me come up with another tiebreaker question, which I think I have. Right, having been released for 3 days, how many jumps did Nintendo state had been completed? Was it, as in worldwide, obviously, was it 100 million, 200 million, or 300 million?
After 3 days.
After 3 days.
I'll say 200 million.
Oh, I've got to come up with another question. Yeah, 200 million. well done. Okay, I've got this straight away. So, we're going to have to do a fastest finger first.
Okay.
So,
okay.
This is to win the quiz, guys. Are you ready?
Ready.
Boy. Born ready.
All right. So yes, the game amassed 200 million jumps worldwide after 3 days. But how many jumps did it amass at the end of 3 months? John's buzzed in without multiple choice, so I'm going to be interested.
I think I remember this.
Oh, okay, so go on.
They were going to pull the game down, but then they made it there forever because they got 2.5 billion jumps.
Oh right? My God, John! Yes, well done. 2.5 billion jumps in 3 months. I cannot believe the questions you guys didn't know You didn't know that he wears a purple tracksuit for player 2, but you know 2.5 billion jumps.
I can't remember what trigonometry is, but I can remember how much that bunny jumped.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. John, you take the quiz, one of the lowest scoring quizzes we've had, 5 apiece, but you pinch it.
It's not a victory. I need to come up with a pitch for this game sooner than I have.
Yeah, you've not given yourself any time now.
Yes, well, I hope you look forward to it, because you'll be going first as we move into the main event. So yes, the game we are talking about today is the fully developed and well-rounded game Jump Rope Challenge. A little history lesson for those who don't know. Jump Rope Challenge was developed by a small team of Nintendo employees under stay-at-home orders during the COVID-19 pandemic. Made as a response to not being able to exercise as much with the stay-at-home order in place, gameplay sees you simply take control of an anthropomorphic bunny by holding a Joy-Con in each hand and making him jump rope by simulating the action yourself. The default aim is 100 jumps per day, but you can customise your targets and the game keeps track for 30 days to let the player keep track of their progress. Nintendo released this for free via the eShop on June 16th, 2020, and planned to pull it 3 months later, but due to the positive response and heavy use of the game, players completed 2.5 billion jumps in less than 3 months, reversed course and made the game available until further notice. The game is known for its simplicity and whimsy, including themed backgrounds, and received small updates in the form of costumes and some new techniques after launch. Still available today, Jump Rope Challenge is a simple, silly, and addictive title. So yes, Jump Rope Challenge. I think I've gone over everything that we talked about in the quiz, in the summary, because that is it. There is nothing else to talk about. We did mention
you've covered everything that anyone knows about Jump Rope Challenge.
There's got to be
entire world.
There must be a dedicated YouTube channel out there just for Jump Rope Challenge, and they probably think we've missed so much more.
Sitting there at their desk like, no, how could they not talk about Screen 36?
What about his girlfriend? You didn't mention his girlfriend.
How do they not know his name is Gilbert the Bunny? Yeah, that's what I mean. There are 2 things that we didn't talk about in the quiz. So the file size, if anybody can tell me the file size off the bat, please do. And Josh, we mentioned just between segments there, the infamous cat background. I feel like it's infamous, right?
Yeah, I think one of the big critiques from reviews, because this game got reviews, is that
there's nothing else coming out.
Was that the cat was just really annoying because every time you jump, I think it meows.
Yeah, it's super annoying, and it's a weird one as well because I think the game is incredibly simple, right? So you take a Joy-Con in each hand, you jump, and you do a skipping rope with the Joy-Cons, and the bunny skips, and it counts your skips. That is it. There is nothing else to Jump Rope Challenge. But for a game that simple, it's got a surprisingly clunky UI. I don't know how you change the cat background. So my game is kind of forever locked to being a cat. Whenever I play it, it seems to be the cat, and I don't know how to change it. Any tips? Does anybody know?
Was it not random? I just thought it was random every day.
Random?
Or
maybe
random
you have
after
really bad RNG. It is
Maybe.
random.
Yeah.
I just get the cat every single time, and it's there going meow, 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 meow as I jump. Yeah, I hate it. It is a simple game. Did you guys must have downloaded it when the game came out, right, John?
Yeah.
Did you grab it day one?
Yeah, completed it. Yeah.
Yeah. You did the 2.5 billion jumps requisite to complete it because you love jumping. What did you think of it when it came out? Because it was fun. Everything was quite bleak, wasn't it, at the time? Yeah. I think it was quite nice to get a sort of completely surprise drop, whimsical, silly title. How long did it engage you? What did you think of it?
I didn't play it very long, but I thought it was cute. It's free. It's just a nice gesture during COVID times. I think I must have played it for just a few minutes every day for maybe a week, and then I kind of stopped after that. Yeah. And I checked out the updates every now and then. I thought they were cute, but it wasn't exactly a game that I, was writing.
In-depth articles about.
Yeah. not a deep well of lore to sort of dive down into. How about you, Josh? How long did you stick with the Jump Rope Challenge?
Even less than John. I think I played it for 10 minutes, maybe not even that, on the first day that it came out, and I was like, yeah, this is cute, but it's hurting the bottom of my feet jumping on my wooden floor. Brilliant. So I'm going to put this down,
and I'm done.
And then I think I picked it up randomly 3 years later.
Right.
I don't even remember why, but that's how I discovered it had been updated with all the costumes.
Incredible.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then I flipped through the costumes, was like, that's neat. And then I never touched it again.
Nope. And again, like the costumes don't really do anything, right? You literally just cycle through with the button on the Joy-Con.
As you're jumping, you just press it and it goes, yep. I can go through them all.
That's about it. I mean, there's cute little costumes the bunny can wear. There's a sort of sailor one. There's like we said, like a wedding and a tuxedo one. I think there's like maybe a flowery top and a skirt. There's so little to talk about. I can't really picture the music. I played it yesterday for the podcast, and I can't remember I can't even remember if there's music.
Yeah, I'm going to say, did it have music?
I don't feel like there is, but there
there's not.
There probably is.
Like there's sound effects, obviously, when you jump and the cat noise and stuff, but I don't know if there's music unless it's on the main menu.
I don't remember. You press the plus button, and I think that's what takes you. So it keeps track of your skips, which I thought that's pretty cool to sort of try and progress each day. If you hit your target, you get a little cake, like a white wedding cake with a bunny on top. For some reason, it's a big old white cake. I'm not really sure why. I will say, so I played it yesterday in sort of preparation for this, and children 5 and below love this game.
They do.
Yeah,
they love jumping. They love jumping.
We've established this.
Heavy jumpers.
Heavy jumpers. Give them a Joy-Con in each hand. Watch them go. I mean, my Joy-Con did get flung onto the floor a couple of times. But yeah, loved it. A Joy-Con each. Now, this is the problem with the two-player experience, is that when you give them one Joy-Con each, they then feel cheated, right? Because they want. So I had to get out some dummy other Joy-Con, give those the Joy-Con. So that wasn't fantastic. But yeah, they just found it utterly hilarious that they were jumping and the bunny was jumping.
Yeah. It's peak comedy.
Peak comedy for sort of 5s and under. And I'd like to say that it tired them out for bedtime, but I would just be lying, because nothing does.
They're going to have dreams about jumping.
Yes, Daddy the bunny's jumping. Yeah, they could run 3 marathons, and I don't think they'd sleep through the night. Yes, it's a very sort of silly. It is quite whimsical, right? Had this little bunny, and he pulls faces sometimes, he gets big eyes or pulls a little expression. And it must have been developed in a couple of months, right? Because lockdown was kind of February, March, so very, very limited. I am very curious as to how this episode is going to shake out. I mean, as another little side note, what a perfect game to pick after we just announced a sort of Patreon and for the that we're taking ownership of the blog. Going,
this is the strong content.
What better title to talk about than the beloved classic Jump Rope Challenge?
At least it shows a commitment to going to the bottom of the well.
Yes, we're gonna ping about all over the place with our picks. And I do think, I hope that I feel like when we have games that are quite narrow in scope, it often leads to sort of quite sort of expansive ideas, shall we say. Is there anything else that we can think to talk about before we get into the pitches? Is there anything you would like to add? Normally we're sort of running out of time before we start pitching. We got time today. Is there anything you want to add about Jump Rope Challenge, your experience or feelings about the game?
I like that the arcade bunny was in it, because he doesn't have a job after they close the arcade.
This is the only trace of him now, right? I guess
yes,
Smash hasn't.
It's the only game that's you can play that he's in. I think you can probably still boot up arcade, but I don't think you can actually enter the arcade.
True.
You get free credits, don't you, when you play?
No, they stopped that after when the eShop closed down.
Yeah, you're right. You can boot the game up still, but it would just say, "This is over now. Go away."
Yeah, shop's closed. Leave.
They've done that. They've done that bunny dirty. He was a good character, Arcade Bunny. Sharp talking, looked good. I think his name tag is just ABCDEF. So again, they don't. Nintendo has a lot of bunnies in their games, but they really don't have a lot of respect for these bunnies. They're just.
You're right.
I think he
straight up don't name him.
He might have a name. His name might be Baito.
Baito,
which just means part timer in Japanese. Like, I think I remember Baito-kun being what people were calling him, but I have no idea if this is official or if this is just what
a fever
the internet decided he was being called. I know Baito-kun is what we used to refer to him in, like, Source Gaming videos whenever he came up back in the day.
Incredible. I now cannot use that question when we come to the Arcade Bunny quiz, but that's fine. That's not a problem. Yes, I mean, I would say the Arcade Bunny is more recognisable than the Jump Rope Challenge Bunny. I think in sort of Nintendo
just a
circles.
tad.
Yeah. But yes, cute game, cute bunny. Let's get on with the pictures. There's nothing else I can add about Jump Rope Challenge.
We've delayed John long enough.
We have. You've had enough time to think about one, John. So yes, because John, you won the quiz, which means you are the new president of Nintendo. But we are the board, and we demand that you bring back Jump Rope Challenge and you make it a success. So please tell us, how do you plan to do it?
Easy. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to try our hand at viral marketing. We are going to update the original Jump Rope Challenge with a new patch. And people are going to say, what? Why is this game being updated for the first time since COVID? What's going on with this? And they're going to boot the game up, and seemingly it's the exact same. Okay. But after 10,000 jumps, the bunny goes, ugh! And people go, wait, what? Screen, like, captured that? Did that bunny just grunt? And they go back, he grunted. I wonder if we keep jumping if more things will happen. And they do it again. He goes, yeah! And they go, wait, he's making more noises. It's like he's trying to talk. And then after another 20,000 jumps, he says, don't stop! Keep jumping!
Okay.
And they keep jumping until the player has jumped over 100,000 times.
Okay.
And then portal opens. You get sucked in through the portal. This entire time, the bunny has been jumping to try and figure out his time machine. He's trying to generate power using his jumps.
Incredible.
That was the prequel. This is the origin story. That's what the original Jump Rope Challenge was. It was the context of that was to fill his time machine with power. And now, after that happens, it says coming soon to be continued.
Right.
A few months later, Nintendo Direct, and we followed this up. People are they're hooked now. What's going on with Jump Rope Bunny? And he comes out the portal in a wasteland. Year 2025? That's this year. What? Somehow the future is desolate and destroyed. What happened? What happened between 2020 and 2025 to cause this? Jump Rope Bunny goes back in time to 2020. He's got to fix the future before it's too late. Jump Rope Challenge 2 is a 3D adventure game where you use your skipping rope as a melee weapon. And you've got to hit people with it. You can use it like a grapple hook. You can swing it around, get up to high places. You can skip it around like your regular skipping to sort of float in the air, float upwards for moderate heights, almost like Kirby. And you're going to use all these abilities to stop those evil moles from Mole Mania from taking over the world and destroying 2025. So you're going to make your way through so many bunny-related environments, like burrows and fields.
There's so many.
Those two. There's so many different biomes of bunnies.
Okay.
There's gonna be a carrot rocket ship that takes you to space, and you wear a little helmet, and you can use your skipping rope to sort of swish you from side to side. But the main gist of this is the bunny is gonna have a lot more depth to him than the original game, because that was you couldn't move in that game, whereas this one you can move anywhere you want. That skipping rope can do so many different things. You can grapple up, you can smack, you can use it to ask questions. Like, say you want to interrogate a mole, you put the skipping rope around his neck, you say
my God,
tell me your plans.
Tell me your plans. Okay, yep.
There's going to be his girlfriend in this. Her name is... Well, first, his name is...
Yes.
Jordrick.
Jordrick. Where did you get the first half of that name from, John?
And her name is Philellepine.
Excellent.
So Jordrick and Philellepine, they are a tag team. Some levels you'll be starring as Jordrick. Other levels, Philellepine's going to be taking center stage. Philellepine's got a slightly different rope. Her rope has fire. Like the ends of it are on fire. And so there's elemental puzzles to this. You can set leaves on fire, make a little gust of wind and fly up on them. You can set the moles on fire. Another way of torturing them.
Smoke out the holes. Fire. Are we sure that Philelepine isn't the one who's caused 2025?
Well, we don't know.
Desolate wasteland.
We don't know.
How the hell did you remember that name, Josh? I'm literally trying to write it down, and I couldn't. I don't even know how you begin to write Philelepine.
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 Yeah, it's a very easy name to say.
I'm telling you now, I'm going to get that wrong when I summarise your pitch. Philelepine.
Philippine?
No. Philelepine.
Philelepine, of course, naturally. Apologies to anybody listening called Philelepine. Okay, all right. You're Georgic, the arcade bunny, honey. The arcade bunny.
No,
you're not the arcade bunny. You're the
you're the arcade bunny. No.
Wait, so you're not the not the arcade bunny. Sorry, you're
Georgic,
the jump rope bunny.
The
jump
rope.
Yeah.
No. Regular jump rope challenge bunny has opened the portal. 2025. Bad. Goes back in time. Got to fix it. You, Georgic, with Philelepine, got to stop the moles. Torture them.
Got it. By torturing moles. Yeah. Yes, I totally on brand mole torture for Nintendo.
Yeah, at the end of every level, there's the boss mole who you've got to torture for like serious info, and that's how you clear the level. Only when you've got that intel can you move on to the next level.
By strangling them, going, "Where is she?" or something like sort of classic Batman style.
Or using your fire rope. Either or.
Yeah.
Do we see other elemental ropes? Is it purely a fire rope? How does she hold it if it's a fire rope, John?
Oh, she's got gloves.
Brilliant. Yep. Yeah. All right. that makes sense.
Simple problems require simple solutions.
Do you feel like people might not want to complete 100,000 jumps before starting a game?
You don't have to. That's just the teaser. That's just the teaser.
That's the teaser. Okay.
That's the viral marketing.
That's the viral marketing.
First game. Mm-hmm.
See, Josh has been paying attention. That's the viral. That's the viral marketing.
I was. My question was like, is it just for the update, or is that sort of requisite to be able to play the game?
It's not needed. It's not needed. Someone's going to share it on social. So one crazy person's going to do it and share it. That's all it needs.
Okay.
But yes, you will have to.
Yes.
To figure out about the game, you first have to do that. Josh is stuck in the darkness now. There we go.
My light just went off randomly.
Josh, what questions have you got for John? Please, I've got so many.
Say the original had a very iconic control scheme.
Yeah.
How is the new one played? Is it the same way to do stuff? Do you have to move your hands like an actual jump rope to be able to do everything? Like how are we making the players control?
This is a wonderful question. Wonderful question. And the way we're going to do it is you're going to be playing this with like ARM style almost. So I'm not saying you're punching everywhere, but you're holding a Joy-Con in this hand, Joy-Con in this hand. To skip, you go like this, like you're moving the skipping ropes. That's going to make you flutter in the air. If you want to get a grapple hook, you got to swing it first, unleash,
nice.
And just hitting. We're gonna just go whoopah, and the Switch's microphone is gonna hear you say the words whoopah. It's a prerequisite. Not only do you need the motion, but you've got to say whoopah while you do it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. All right, so we're leaning into motion controls. So we're talking.
Handheld mode is a no-go. You can't play this on the train.
Okay,
you can in tabletop if you want to, but people will try and stop you.
And they see you on the train doing this.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm playing as Philelepine right now. So the moles are they like? It's been a while since I completed Mole Mania. Are there 6 moles? 6 children moles? Plus the mole that you play as?
They've grown up now, though. They're big boys.
Right. So they're grown-up moles.
They're grown up and evil now.
Are you playing as also the Mole Mum and the Mole Mania Mole?
You're not playing as any moles. You're the bunny.
Oh, sorry. I mean, are you fighting the Mole Mum and Mole Dad?
Correct. You've got to get intel from them. Yeah.
They're the big boss. Okay.
So, does this mean that Jinbei is on your side this time? Or is he still around?
Yeah, they're on your side. You're teaming up. It's an uneasy alliance.
But, are you not worried he's going to cull you at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he caused 2025. Maybe it wasn't the moles after all.
True. It's a double bluff. Any good? Right, we've got classic names in Georgic and Philelopine.
Philelopine.
Had to check. Have we got names for the moles? The 6 moles and the mole, mum, and dad.
Yeah, of course we do. So
Come
there's
on.
6 of them. Yeah.
I want all 6 of them right off the bat.
So we've got Ricky.
Yep.
Yep.
Such a normal name. Ricky. Yeah, Ricky. David.
Typical mole name.
All right. Ricky.
Yep.
Bernie.
Yep.
They've
all got B's now, surely.
Don.
Oh,
Don.
Okay. Don.
Ricky,
What about Don
Bernie,
here?
Don.
Yeah, Don.
Ricky, Benny, Don.
No,
Fine.
he's just Don.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's Don.
Yeah, sure.
Just Don.
Mr. Baker.
Why is one a mister? Please carry on.
He's got a respectable job.
Yeah.
Plot taking over the earth. Ricky, Bernie, Don, Mr. Baker. I'm going to put this in the Mole Mania challenge. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, of course. We've got Poppy.
Okay, another E. Return to E.
Yep.
Good.
And then the 6th one is Totty. And then the mum and dad, who are called Mummy and Daddy.
Brilliant. They're just Mummy and Daddy. Mummy Mole and Daddy Mole. Would you not feel bad beating a boss called Mummy?
Well, she's got the intel.
Well, fine. In which case, torture away. What was I waiting for? Okay, all right. Let's cut down into the actual meat of the gameplay here.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course,
so
of course.
like we've got the character space. That's all fantastic. Mainly in rolling fields and burrows underground. It's a 3D platformer. You know, we've all played Donkey Kong Bonanza at this point. So we haven't, not at this point. Sorry, it's coming out soon. We're looking forward to Donkey Kong Bonanza and its sort of ground smashing things. What's going to set this apart from other 3D platformers, apart from the rope and the torture?
The rope is what I was going to say. I thought it was just the rope, just all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Fine. What kind of things can you expect then in the levels?
In the levels. So you got 2 different biomes.
Yep. That's it.
Here's what you can expect. Dynamic play. So every level is going to be a little bit different every time you play. So basically, it's going to read your save data from Jump Road Challenge. And if you pulled off a certain amount of jumps, it's going to change how the levels played out. If you never touched the game, you're going to get these are the default levels, the standard ones. But if you did, those jumps are going to change where certain things are. So players may want to try and change how the game plays and go back to Jump Rope Challenge, do more jumps, and see how it's affected the levels. They change on the fly. It's called synergy.
That's actually a really good idea.
This is some good synergy.
And again, viral marketing, because you could say what does the level look like after X amount of jumps? Very nice.
Exactly,
I like this.
exactly.
Yeah, people be like, my copy of Jump Rope Challenge 2 is personalised.
Oh,
so different.
I like this. I like all of this. Josh, any more questions for John?
Yeah, I feel like a really obvious one. We talked about how to play and everything. Presumably you can just skip, jump rope. Is there any benefit to actually just doing the jump rope part of Jump Rope Challenge 2?
So
yeah, we talked about grappling and whips, not actual jump rope.
I mean, you can jump rope to make yourself flutter jump like Kirby. So if you keep going like this,
I like that.
Get in the air.
Good. All right, yeah.
I think it depends on the scenario. Like sometimes the grapple hook is going to be quick, easy. It'll get you further heights. When you're skipping, you're going to stop eventually. You're going to like Kirby does in some games. Sometimes he can't get any higher, so you can keep trying and trying and trying, but the bunny's going to fall down eventually. So it's contextual. Yeah. Sometimes the jumping is the way to go. Other times the grappling's the way to go.
Nice. What are the boss fights going to be like? So you're building towards the moles. The moles presumably like the bosses of the levels or the path through the levels. Can you give me a couple of examples of what the mole boss fights? Give me one mole boss fight. What might you be? Because it can't just be interrogating. Surely it's got to be.
No.
It's got to be like
so
a battle.
Interrogation is usually what it comes down to once you've beaten them in the boss fight.
Nice. Okay.
So here's one for example. This is more like a puzzle boss, if anything. So there's 2 trees, and there's this one mole who keeps charging at you, and whatever you're doing is not affecting him. You keep whipping him with your rope. You try setting him on fire. He's not taking any damage. So you think, what can I do? And then it occurs to you, I can grapple my rope around this tree, bring it to the next tree, and use it to trip up the mole.
Excellent.
And he falls down, bashes his head, he goes unconscious, and then you put your rope around him, wait for him to wake up, and say, "What happened in 2025?"
Brilliant.
And he says, I don't know, but I can tell you that I know someone in the boroughs who does. Next level.
So basically, what you're saying is you're an absolute psychopath. That takes them down. And literally,
are you a
waits for them
psychopath,
to
or are you
wake
trying
up.
to save the world? Which is it?
It's a thin line.
How do you trip up a mole that's
You can burrow
digging
underground.
at you underground?
Life finds a way sometimes.
Brilliant. You can't just Goldblum it to get out of a question. Okay. Right. Okay. So we've got like boss battles like that. That's fine. I'm sure. Oh, can you said about using the fire rope on the boss? Can you switch out characters on the fly, or is it like you enter the level as one character, or how do the difference in the characters work?
So you can't change out on the fly, but you can go into a level with a different character. So if you want to start the level as Penelope, you can. Or Penelope, sorry. Not Penelope. Or Jordric, you can do that right at the beginning. And that's going to change how some stuff works. There's so much dynamic play. The skip ropes change how levels play out. You've got slightly different bunnies with slightly different movesets. And you get different dialogue when you interrogate the moles as well. So there's so much incentive to figure out what's actually going on. You can piece together some real lore here by replaying the game as different bunnies.
And is there one? Is the game harder if you're Philelopine, or is it just different? Harder or different?
Well, the way I see it, socially it's harder.
Okay.
Because Philelopine, it's a social commentary.
I said okay, as if that made any logical sense.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all right.
Socially it's harder.
Because
that makes sense,
Philelopine is a woman, sometimes there's just prejudices set against her.
Oh my God.
Certain things that Jordric would just... Sometimes Jordric interrogates a mole and they tell him straight away, but they underestimate Philelopine. And she has to try even harder to do the same thing, which...
It's gotten deep.
I think it's
social
sucks.
commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Unfair.
Who... And this is still just called Jump Rope Challenge 2, which is the best thing about this, because it is nothing like the first thing. Who's developing this insane mole torture game for you?
Konami.
Brilliant. Yeah. Konami would actually be a very good pick for that. Well done. Yeah, I like that. Josh, any more questions for John?
Don't know. It sounds like a solid pitch to me.
It's solid.
Sealed tight.
Yeah.
There's no gaps.
How on earth you've pulled that out of I do not know. I do think I feel like you've gone to the time travel well a couple of times on the podcast.
Yeah,
I think that's your go-to with. I mean, I love a time travel.
I had two ideas. One of them was that he was going to be skipping for so long that he goes outside and realizes that his family has left him. And I thought, wait, I kind of did that with the what was it?
Not Urban Champion.
Urban Champion. I was like about keeping a family.
That was keeping the family together. That was keeping them together.
Together.
This is just about neglecting them until you leave, which might happen for me as the podcast goes on. Who knows? No, please stay. Okay. I have no more questions. So we have got a full 3D adventure for Jump Rope Challenge. Are we going to see something different? Let's find out. Josh, you are now the president of Nintendo, and we are still the board, and we still demand that you bring back Jump Rope Challenge. So please tell us, how do you plan to do that?
Okay. So when you think about Jump Rope, right, it's basically a sport. Okay. It's a sport.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And people like playing sports. They like watching other people play sports. They like stories about sports. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of fun, like coming of age stories about sports dramas and the relationship building you can have from sports, and you know, watching the underdog build themselves up. And there's a lot of fun games about sports. There's like the Mario Golf games where you start off as like, you know, young, fresh golfer, doesn't even know how to putt, and then you become champion by the end of it. And they have a whole narrative around it. It's a very popular genre.
Classic story.
Yes, of course.
Exactly. So we're setting this in a high school. It's a freshman year of high school.
Excellent.
And this bunny, his name is Hop. He's always loved to jump, but he's too shy. He doesn't like jumping around other people. But then one day he gets a balloon stuck in a tree, and he jumps up to get it, and he grabs it for a little kid bunny. He grabs it for the kid bunny, and this girl from his school, she sees him, and she's like, "Oh my god, your jumping is amazing! Please, can you join our jump rope club?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to." She's like, "No, you see, we're the worst school in the entire state at jump rope, and we need a new jump rope champion for the jump rope challenge." And thus, you join the jump rope club,
right?
And you make friends with all the other rabbits, and you go to all the different jump rope tournaments and compete through the jump rope tourney. And build up your way to champion, and it's got. We're gonna have an RPG with visual novel elements going on.
Lovely.
So you're gonna be able to train up your jumping. You're gonna level up. You're gonna get faster jumps. You're gonna learn how to do stuff like double dutch and double jump and.
How many more skipping
every
jumps?
Every other skipping
crisscross.
Skill
We had
out there. Crisscross. You're gonna learn how to do crisscross. You're gonna learn how to do triple jump. 1080 jumps, the jump flip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. You'll have all the other jump rope club members, and you can do tag team jumping.
Nice.
You can do doubles jump.
Double dutch.
Where
Yeah.
one holds that. Yeah. Do jump of war, which is like tug of war, but it's jump rope. And
Can you just do tug of war with a skipping rope?
And then
the same thing.
And then you. So we're gonna have different types of jump rope challenges that you'll compete through, and I don't know if you've ever played the custom Robo games. There's a whole little narrative there where you're running around. In that games, everyone's playing with their little custom Robos. In this one, you're gonna have people coming up to you and challenging you to jump rope in the middle of the street.
Nice.
And we also want people to engage with the main character, so we're gonna have some strong writing. Might even be a hint of romance. In fact, there's definitely going to be a hint of romance in this between you and Mochi, the girl bunny who finds you at the start.
Excellent. Yep.
And you'll just work your way up to becoming the jump rope champion of the Interstate High School Jump Rope Challenge League.
Incredible.
And then go to nationals for the finals.
Two burning questions. What's the title, and who's it developed by?
All right. The title is "My Heart Skipped a Beat."
Brilliant.
Jump rope challenge story.
I haven't left space to write that much. That is incredible. My heart skipped a beat. The jump rope challenge story, incredible. And who is developing this?
The developer of this is going to be. We're going to have Camelot. We're going to get Camelot to develop it.
Nice. Yeah, well,
Yes.
they got history with sports games. It's very nice.
But we're going to get a guest writer.
Ooh.
It's going to be the guy who wrote the Tokimeki Memorial series. We're going to get them in to write the story for this one.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is set in a high school.
We need that good. Yeah, it's set in a high school.
And
It's
everyone
got
in this
romantic
universe
elements.
thinks jump rope is like the most serious, important thing, like the epitome of anything that can ever be. Like they're all just
it's
so
like
into it.
the major sport.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
the main sport. You go to nationals and then fight against America and Canada and
Right.
Germany.
The elite jumping countries.
The elite jumping countries. Yeah.
So, is this what country is this set in?
Rabbit Land.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Rabbit Land taking on America and Canada.
It should be the Rabbit Island near Japan. I forget what is actually
Yeah,
called.
true.
All right. Very nice.
Usagi Den. I don't know. Usagi Den. That's where it is. That's where it's set.
Nice. What's what uniforms are we talking? Like, are we going to see the return of the yellow tracksuit, or what we see?
Well, the yellow tracksuit, the gym outfits, the sport outfit is what he wears at the competitions.
Nice.
Like, you don't wear your school uniform at competitions.
No, true. And
obviously.
then presumably their second kit is the iconic purple that we've seen and everyone knows and loves as well.
Yeah, but we'll let you pick your colours. I think we'll like
All right.
you'll be able to decide what colour you want. Like, as you go through the different leagues, you can get you'll get a different stripe down your uniform to indicate like what rank
Oh, that's cool.
you are.
Yeah, nice.
You can
So-
change the colour of your jump rope if you want.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is taking place in a school.
Yes.
You're managing your social life and your jump rope challenge life.
Yes.
Okay. Do the schools, do the classes, are they teaching you about jump rope, or are they teaching you about school stuff that you've got to balance with your jump rope hobby?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. So what it's going to be is you'll have regular lessons, right? You'll have stuff like science lessons, but if you do well in it, you'll learn the physics like you might learn from science. You can then use in your jump rope to improve your jump rope skills.
Yeah.
The maths you will learn will allow you to get the perfect angle of the rope going
and you
around
do like
you
English
for
literature,
optimal speed.
You read To Kill a Mockingbird, and you're like, oh, that's giving me inspiration to.
Yes, you can come up with new tricks. You can come up with new tricks based on classic literature.
Oh god. Okay. Great. I mean, like, yeah, he reads The Tempest, and there's like the storm jump or something. That would actually be pretty cool. I feel like we talked about Bully the other week. I feel like you've nicked elements from Bully into this, which I don't.
A lot of Persona too.
Yeah. All right. So obviously RPGs quite often, we'll see like a squad of characters. Like how much is it just Hop, or do you have control of the squad as well? The whole team that you joined.
So you only play as Hop.
Okay.
But you can pull in your other club members.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of anime tropes. Let me think of one. So there's one anime trope that I feel like this probably isn't true, but I feel like all animes have it. There's always in a high school anime, they always visit a hot spring, and the boys try and sneak a peek.
True.
Is that going to be? That going to be in this?
It's gonna be there because it's always there.
It's
when
always
they go
there.
to when they go to on their school trip for the jump rope, one of the jump rope challenges, they'll stay at a hot spring and all that. And you see, the conundrum we'll play around with is that these characters are obviously very good at jumping. Yeah. So is that wall truly high enough to stop?
How anthropomorphic are these rabbits? Like, what are we?
I mean, what's you play jump rope challenge?
Yeah, but okay, so it's quite a human ratio. This is what rating? What rating are we pitching this game at?
Wait, it's E for everyone. That's an ESRB, right? I don't know.
I smell a lawsuit. I don't think that's going to fly.
The kids nowadays play GTA.
Yeah. You guys are saying that to Peggy, like, don't worry about it. Kids play all sorts of things.
Oh my god. Okay.
Well, because there's a lot of text in it, we'll make it 7.
All right. Okay,
I'm sure that'll be fine.
That's fine. Players Hop, you've got your team. I can't think of it. I mean, is there the rival schools? So you're taking down the rival schools until you get to nationals. What's the end game? What's in essence the final boss? Is it just the competitions? Are they the kind of boss battles? You've got to get a better score than the other team. How do those battles work that you're kind of building towards?
Yeah. So. The end game is to become the champion jump rope challenger and bring your school to the national level.
Okay.
And to do that, you're going to have to take out all of the other different schools that are around. And there's one school that you're always against, the Pepper School. It's called Pepper Academy.
Yep.
You got your rival character from there. His name's Toby.
Yep.
And he is
why not?
He is the best jumper across the state. And early on in the game, you go to one of the challenges and he completely beats you.
Yeah. Oh, nice!
He thrashes you. There's 1,000 jumps a second. It just completely destroys you.
I love it when rivals are badasses in games. Remember the early Pokemon when your rival, you'd get through a cave and be battered, and then they'd turn up. They didn't heal you back there. Just come on then, let's have a fight. You just think, I'm completely wrecked. How? Yeah. What? None of these friendly rivals you get these days. All right, good. Pepper. Is his name Pepper? No, his name's Toby.
His name is Toby.
Toby.
It's Toby, but he's from Pepper Academy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Toby's.
When you beat them, does the school that's it? The school's lost their reputation. They've got to shut down now. You've just
no, we're
gonna their education because of this.
Is it like an 80s special? You're fighting to save the school.
You're fighting to save the jump rope club at your school because they're about to cancel it because nobody wants to play jump rope because the school's so bad at it.
Classic.
They have such a terrible reputation that they're going, and then you come along and you win the first local state against the scrub team that thinks they're all hot, but they're not, and then.
Family friendly.
You pull your way up to being the best that there ever was.
Excellent. I mean, I'm lost. The title is still. I'm just blown away by the title.
It's so good. Yeah.
Any final questions, John?
I think it's really clear. There's no holes, no gaps. Yeah.
Yep. Incredible. All right. Well, we're running out of time, so I'm going to chuck in my third and final pitch. Now, I'm
Good luck.
lying. Yeah, if I said I didn't struggle to think of something for Jump Rope Challenge, I thought like maybe you do like the same again, but some different games. You added like a few other things. I thought maybe there's like a gym where you do different activities each day and you try and kind of beat them. But I thought, well, it's not going to last. You're not going to get longevity with that. And I thought, what do you do with a series or franchise that you don't know what to do with anymore? And of course, you make a Metroidvania. That's just what you do. We've seen, obviously we've got was it Shadow Labyrinth coming out soon? Is it Shadow Labyrinth?
Yeah,
Shadow Labyrinth
the
coming out soon.
Pac-Man Metroidvania.
Quite excited for, if I'm being honest. I don't know if I would have been excited for a Pac-Man game outside of that in the year 2025. So I am taking Jump Rope Bunny and I'm making a Metroidvania. But of course, Nintendo already has a pretty famous Metroidvania. Can anybody guess the title of that game?
Castlevania.
The Amazing Mirror.
Yes, both actually very good games. But yes, obviously they have Metroid. They have Metroid, and they've just had Metroid Dread. Classic, amazing games. So I want this. I want them to keep the whimsy of Jump Rope Challenge, and I want this to be a comedy Metroidvania. Now, there's not really many of them. There's some that are kind of like relatively self-aware, but there weren't many that I could find examples for. Nintendo does have history with bunnies, right? We mentioned some of their bunnies before. I googled, this is dangerous. I googled Nintendo bunnies. Just be prepared for some of the other things that might come up that you're not expecting to see. But we've got Arcade Bunny, we've got Peppy Hare. There's the bunnies from Odyssey. I don't remember their names now. They're the enemy bunnies from Odyssey. The Star Bunnies from Galaxy. Ravio, Nabbit, Mips, Zipper T. Loads of bunnies. They love bunnies. So I want this to be set in Bunnington. And it's called Jump Rope Coliseum. And basically, you're playing as a bunny who is trying to be the best in Bunnington's jump rope competition. And he's trying to be the best by finding the fabled golden skipping rope underneath the town. Now, the people I want to develop this, initially I thought Ubisoft, because they made a fantastic Metroidvania in Prince of Persia. But then I thought the thing actually that's really important for me is because you've got to be invested in the world of a Metroidvania, and I want it to be like a comedy one, which might break the fourth wall and stuff. It's got to be really funny and really well written. And one of the funniest games I have ever played is Thank Goodness You're Here.
I thought you'd say that.
It's so good. A literal belly laughing whilst playing it. It's incredible. If you don't know it, it's like a game set in a small northern town. It's kind of a Metroidvania, right? You kind of wander, like a sort of top-down one. You kind of wander around and you unlock things as you find bits and bobs. But all you can do is sort of slap things. It's a mad game. Made by Cole Supper, made by two people. And obviously, I think Team Cherry is two people, right? Or was two people.
Yeah.
And they made a pretty good Metroidvania, so we know that it's achievable. So I'm going to pull them in to write it. And it's crucial that the game plays well, is a great Metroidvania, but it's very funny as well. And, you're using your skipping rope as a grappling hook. That's something you unlock. You unlock it to use it as a lasso to pull enemies closer to you. You can set it as a trip trap to trip enemies up. There are a lot of things you can do. And I thought I wanted to have this kind of system where if you're running low on energy or if you're in the middle of a boss fight, you can start jumping as you do in Jump Rope Challenge with the Joy-Cons, and that gets your energy back. That's basically how you recover health, is you have to get the Joy-Cons and do the jumping from Jump Rope Challenge to kind of pump you back up. If you can't use your Joy-Cons, you have to do this with the sticks. I'm wagging my thumbs up and down if you're just listening. And the game has to be littered with all of Nintendo's bunnies, right? So you've got Arcade Bunny. He's like a vendor who, if you can sort of charm him, sells you things for a bit cheaper, but most of the time tries to rip you off, get you to spend money that you don't need to spend, just like I did in Arcade. Ravio, who's like a coward, who's maybe the mayor of Bunnington. You've got Peppy Hare, who upgrades things that you find. So if you bring him skipping rope, he augments it with mad kind of sci-fi stuff. The Star Bunnies for Odyssey are like Koroks. All the bunnies are there except Zippity, because I will never forgive him for how much he ruined Animal Crossing in the first month of playing it during lockdown. So Zippity is the only bunny that's not making this in the game. But yes, it's I'm going to call it a Buntroidvania, and it's Nintendo's sort of 2D pixel art comedy alternative to their classic Metroidvania franchise, Metroid, developed by Cole Supper. Any questions for me about this pitch?
Metroidvania, you're going for the golden jump rope.
Yes.
But usually you have to get other items and various power-ups. What are the power-ups you're looking for? If the golden jump rope is the end point.
Right, yes.
What are you building on your way up there?
Fair. So it's less about items, and it's more about developing new techniques that you can do with your skipping rope, right? So kind of like Metroid Dread, you take down the boss who can turn invisible. Suddenly you can turn invisible. So there'll be a boss who uses their rope to sort of attack you as a grappling hook, and then after you beat them, you'll kind of you'll kind of go, oh wow, the way they use their skipping rope, that's amazing, and you'll then use it to escape the room. So you're learning techniques. And the golden skipper rope is said to give you the power to keep jumping. So it's all quite tongue in cheek, right? It's not finding a golden skipping rope is ridiculous and obviously not like a serious quest. So I think it can be self-referential in that kind of thing of going, people saying like, well, why didn't you just do that before you saw somebody doing it? And, sort of making you aware of how ridiculous what you're doing is, but giving you enough kind of comedy and world building and creating a vivid enough world that it does draw you into it, no matter how ridiculous it gets, which Cold Supper do very well in Thank Goodness You're Here.
That was my main question as well about the items.
Yeah.
What else can I
So
ask?
is the whole game underneath?
I think so.
Is it all underground?
I do like Metroidvanias that are like in the deep, dank undergrounds of places. I think you can, again, it's not very serious, so I think you could theme it. Maybe you're under somebody's shed, or so you like get up into their shed or something, or you're underneath a road, so you have to cane it across the road and not get run over at some point. I think you've got the kind of nature thing of being underground interspersed with being a bunny in this kind of urban area where you've got this like competition going on. So again, it's that kind of juxtaposition of these sort of natural creatures in these horrible, dense urban settings and kind of being out of their depth. And not really gelling with that world, but again, you can kind of play on that for the comedy, I think.
When it comes to the combat of this game, you get new abilities.
Yep.
Is your skipping rope durable? Is it? Can it snap? Can it snap? And you've got to get like different skipping ropes. Because obviously there's the golden one, which is the end game, very powerful skipping rope, infinite jumps. Will you be able to switch them out? Kind of like Symphony of the Night style, different kind of items.
Oh, that's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that. I had sort of imagined, I didn't say this, but I sort of imagined the base weapon just being a whip. Castlevania style, right? You've got like the skipping whip. I think maybe the rope just becomes tougher and quicker. Like, now you've got like the leather upgrade, so it's made of leather, so it whips faster and stuff like that. Do I like the idea of it breaking? Maybe. And it's almost like Zero Suit, right? In Metroid Zero Mission, where all of a sudden you're kind of like, you have to basically get back to a place to repair it. And you're really paired back with what you can achieve, and it changes the platforming. Yes, is the answer, because I like that as an idea. Thank you, board member. Any final questions for Jump Rope Coliseum?
So, who is trying to stop you from getting the golden jump rope?
Other people who are entering the jump rope competition. So they're big beefy bunnies. Another thing not to Google, but they're big beefy bunnies who are well trained. And you're the underdog bunny. You're jump rope bunny, and you're the underdog, and you're trying to learn their techniques so you can get better at them jumping, because they always win the competition. And you end up, they're like horrible thug bully bunnies, and you're a good little bunny. So you're taking them down, not torturing them, but you're taking them down, learning their techniques so you can save the day. And maybe save the school from shutting down, because again, I do love. I'm sorry, I'm stealing from both of you shamelessly, but I do love those ideas. I don't care. I get to go third every time, so it's all right. Any more questions, gentlemen, for the pitch?
No. This is solid.
Always enjoy a good comedy game.
Nice.
Always good to get
Tell us a joke. Tell us a joke now.
Yeah. Tell us what one of the best jokes in the game will be.
Oh God, I can. There's got to be a rabbit joke that I know. I think I do know some rabbit jokes, but I don't think they're suitable for a family-friendly podcast.
Okay,
and if you know
just keep speaking
you know
and censor the entire thing.
Yeah. Okay. So a man walks into a shop and he says, "I need a rabbit." And there we go. Yeah, that was filthy. Yes. So, well, there you have it. 3 pitches to bring back Jump Rope Challenge. But did you like John's Jump Rope Challenge 2? It was just Jump Rope Challenge 2, right?
Yeah, that was it.
It was just Jump Rope Challenge 2.
Jump Rope Challenge 2.
Do you like John's Jump Rope Challenge 2, a direct sequel? This game throws Jump Rope Bunny through time into a 3D adventure game. Travelling back from a desolate 2025, you play as Geordric or his girlfriend Philelopine, taking on the moles from Mole Mania, using your rope to torture them and get answers about the future, developed by Konami. Do you like Josh's My Heart Skipped a Beat, the Jump Rope Challenge story, where you play as Hop, a high school freshman who joins a jump rope squad and leads the team to glory? A classic underdog tale, this RPG game with visual novel elements is developed by Camelot. Or do you like my Cole Supper developed Buntroidvania, a pixel art comedy Metroidvania that sees you interacting with several bunnies within the Nintendo universe as you grapple, lasso, and skip your way to the top in the competition known as Jump Rope Coliseum? Or do you have a better idea yourself? Let us know in the comments below. While you're there, please do like and subscribe. It helps us to grow. Please check out our Patreon if you'd like more access to us and the podcast. But in the meantime, John, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you. I always love talking about bunnies, so this is my favourite place to be today.
Always. I'm going to put that into the super thirsty cup. Josh, thank you very much for being with us as well.
Thank you. I always like talking about jump rope. So I'm super happy to be here.
I thought John was the one who loved jumping. It's all coming out of the woodwork. I cannot believe how much we have talked about Jump Rope Challenge, but there you have it. Thank you very much for joining us, as always. But for now, that's game over. Goodbye.